Get ready for this. The color of a pill can actually, like, really mess with how effective we think it is. Crazy, right?
Yeah, wow.
We're going to get into color psychology. And you sent some articles about how color impacts us.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
So we're going to unpack that, emotions, behaviors, spending habits, the whole 9 yards.
It's incredible. Like, it weaves its way into so many parts of our lives.
It really does. It's like this, I don't know, a secret language.
Right.
Both these articles define color psychology as this study of how color, different hues, can impact our emotions and actions. So like the color of your shirt potentially could shift your whole mood or how other people see you.
Totally. And it even goes beyond just like what you personally prefer.
Right.
These articles talk about these 3 main factors that shape how we react to color. One is this like innate psychology.
Yeah.
Then there's the culture we're in, influences us.
Of course.
And then just your own unique experiences that we carry with us.
So nature, nurture, and like, my grandma's kitchen was this bizarre shade of yellow thing.
Exactly. And they all kind of work together. It's fascinating.
Okay.
For example, red. A lot of times it's associated with energy and getting people's attention.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's why, stock signs,
Right.
fire engines, things that need to really stand out.
Got to cut through the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how that then kind of plays out in different areas. Like, one article mentions that a whopping 77% of chain restaurants use red in their logos.
It's almost like they're tapping into that primal part of our brains. Like red means danger, red means excitement, and then connecting that somehow to food cravings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Definitely a strategic use of color.
For sure.
It seems to be effective. But anyway, we have a whole, rainbow to explore.
Okay. Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting is one of the articles actually put numbers to these color associations.
Oh, yeah.
Breaks down the percentages of people who link certain feelings with certain colors.
That was really interesting.
Like 68% of people associate red with energy and attention, but then only 35% link yellow with feeling energized.
Right. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, there's a real range of responses.
Totally.
And that range really underlines the point that these, color associations aren't like set in stone.
Right.
One of the articles really emphasized that culture, personal experience, even the context of the color.
Oh, of course.
All of it plays a role.
So like red might be exciting on a sports car.
Right.
But maybe not so much in a dentist's office.
Exactly. Every color has this potential, right?
Yeah.
But how it actually comes across depends on a whole bunch of factors.
Yeah.
It's really complicated.
Okay. So we talked about red. It increases strength and metabolism. Makes sense for, stop signs and all that.
Sure.
Then the article talks about blue, right? It's like the most popular color.
Yeah.
It's supposed to promote tranquility.
Yeah.
And even says that people who sleep in blue rooms get the most sleep.
It's amazing how it can impact us on different levels, like physical reactions, emotional states. It's pretty wild.
It really is. And speaking of impact, I'm interested in that whole, color and action section.
Yeah.
Talking about fashion, interior design, marketing,
Right.
things we see every day.
That's where we really start to see color psychology being used on purpose to, get specific results.
Yeah.
It's not just about what we like or don't like. It's about understanding, like, how you can actually use color.
Right. And one of the articles talked about using color in fashion to kind of project, different vibes.
Yeah.
Like confidence, approachability, even authority.
Right.
And he gave some specific examples, like, outfits and stuff. I never thought about how much goes into what politicians wear.
It makes you think twice, doesn't it?
Yeah. But beyond clothes, there's interior design.
Yeah.
The article mentioned how different colors can create different moods in different rooms.
Absolutely.
Calming blues in the bedroom, stimulating oranges for a workout space, balanced greens for like a home office.
Makes sense.
And then there's marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Color is such a big tool there.
It's huge.
It's not a secret that big brands use color very intentionally.
Right.
Not just picking, a shade. They're thinking about getting attention, influencing how people buy things, building a whole brand identity around specific colors. It's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And one article mentioned this crazy example with Google. They changed like the shade of blue in their search results.
Really?
And you know what? Their ad revenue went up by like $200 million.
For 200 million.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So, okay, color impacts us emotionally, behaviorally, financially even.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
But then one of the articles goes a step further, talks about chromotherapy,
yeah.
actually using color to heal.
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me everything.
So chromotherapy is based on this idea that color, like light, vibrates at different frequencies.
Yeah.
And those frequencies can actually interact with our own energy fields.
So it's like color is like this subtle energy medicine. I'm imagining tiny rainbows zapping our cells back into balance or something.
That's a fun way to think about it. And there's some really fascinating research to back up some of these ideas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, for example, one study found that blue light in offices, it can boost alertness and performance.
Interesting.
Another one showed that even wearing green-tinted glasses can help reduce anxiety, especially for people dealing with pain.
Wow. Like the color of my glasses could make a difference. I need to rethink my whole eyewear strategy.
Right. And get this, there's evidence that pink rooms can actually reduce aggression.
What?
Yeah. They've even been used in prisons, and with some success.
So like a pink timeout corner for grown-ups?
Exactly.
That's kind of hilarious and also strangely hopeful.
Okay.
I'm looking at all these colors in a new light. Literally.
It is pretty remarkable how it can influence us. And the big takeaway is that, we can be more intentional about using color in our lives, whether it's for like mood regulation, boosting focus, or even just creating a more pleasant atmosphere.
So we talked about these general color associations and how they can be used strategically.
Yeah.
But one of the articles also talked about personal color preferences.
Right.
And how those can be really revealing, like those quizzes that tell you what your favorite color says about you.
It's more than just a fun quiz, though.
Oh, okay.
Remember those three factors we talked about that influence our color responses?
Yeah.
Innate psychology, cultural associations, and personal experiences. Understanding those personal connections can be really powerful.
So it's less about like blue means calm for everyone and more about what does blue mean to you based on your own experiences. I like that.
Think about the colors you're drawn to, the ones that feel good to be around. Do you gravitate towards calming blues or vibrant oranges, earthy greens? What is it for you?
I'm definitely a blue person. Always have been.
Yeah.
It's just it's peaceful, it's grounding. I don't know, it just feels right.
And what about the colors you tend to avoid? Are there any hues that make you feel, I don't know, uncomfortable or just uneasy?
You know what? Honestly, yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it's always just felt jarring to me. Too bright, too much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, those preferences, both positive and negative, can offer some real insights into, our personalities and emotional states. It's like our own personal color language.
So if I'm drawn to blue, does that mean I'm a calm and collected person? Or if I dislike yellow, does that mean I'm like avoiding joy and optimism?
It's not always, that straightforward. It's more about understanding the nuances, the layers of meaning we attach to different colors based on our own, individual journeys.
So maybe my thing for blue, it reflects a desire for peace and tranquility in my life. Or maybe my thing against yellow, it stems from like a past experience where I associate it with anxiety or being overstimulated or something.
Exactly. It's about, exploring those connections and seeing what they tell you. It's like a personal color therapy session where you're the therapist and the patient.
This is really cool. So how do we start decoding our own personal color language? Are there like secret dictionaries for this?
Well, one way is to just pay attention to the colors you surround yourself with. What colors dominate your wardrobe, your home decor, even the things you buy.
Now that you mention it, my closet is mostly blues, greens, and neutrals. I guess that makes sense. Wanting that sense of calm, stability.
Yeah. And what about your home? What colors do you go for there?
My bedroom is definitely like a blue sanctuary.
Yeah.
But my living room has pops of red and orange, which makes sense because that's where I, entertain and socialize. So those colors reflect, I guess, a more energetic, outgoing side of me.
It's like each color represents a different facet of your personality expressed in the spaces you live in.
This is giving me a whole new appreciation for the power of color. It's like a secret code waiting to be deciphered. And once you start to see it, it's everywhere.
And you hold the key to that code. It's a journey of self-discovery through the lens of color.
So by understanding our color preferences, We gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. But what does that understanding unlock? How can we use this knowledge, in our daily lives?
Well, that's the really exciting part. You can use it in so many ways. Think about it. If you know you're drawn to like those calming blues and greens, you can bring them into your space.
Yeah.
Create a place that feels good, supports your well-being.
So I was on the right track with my blue bedroom.
Exactly. And it's not just our homes. You can use this when you're picking clothes for, I don't know, a big presentation or even like the colors for a website. It's all about aligning like your external environment with your internal state.
I can see how even small changes in color could have a big impact.
Yeah, it's about fine-tuning your surroundings,
Yeah.
to support how you want to be.
That's really empowering. Like taking back control, using color as a tool for, I don't know, personal growth or well-being.
Reclaiming that power of color and making a world that feels more vibrant, more authentic.
Okay, so we've explored the psychology of color. We've kind of figured out our own color language and even touched on how to use it to create a better life, right?
Yeah.
But I still feel like there's a piece missing.
What's that?
Well, we talked about how our color choices, what we prefer can reveal something about us.
Hmm.
But what about the other way around? If what's going on inside us can influence our color choices, can our color choices also influence what's going on inside? Can we, like, hack our mood, just by changing the colors we surround ourselves with?
That is a brilliant question. And based on these articles, the answer is yes. It's a two-way street.
Okay, color hacking. I'm all in. How does this work?
Remember when we talked about chromotherapy? The idea that different wavelengths of light can impact our mental and physical health?
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. It's not just, what we consciously think about certain colors, but how they actually affect us on like a physical level.
So think about how you feel when you walk into a really brightly lit room versus a dimly lit room.
Exactly. Light itself has this big impact on our mood and how much energy we have.
That's so true. I'm definitely more productive, more alert in a well-lit space.
Right. And color is just a different aspect of light. So by changing the colors we're exposed to, we're kind of changing the frequencies of light that enter our eyes, and that's impacting our brain and body.
So it's like we're bathing in different colors of light to shift our internal state.
I love that. That's a great way to put it. And there's more and more research coming out that supports this. For example, blue light, it can suppress melatonin production. That's the hormone that makes us sleepy.
Right.
So it helps us stay awake. And then another study showed that green light can actually reduce anxiety and even pain perception.
Wait, so if I'm feeling sluggish, I should, like, blast myself with blue light. And if I'm stressed, I should just surround myself with green.
It's not quite that simple, but the research suggests there's something to this idea of using color to influence our mood, our behavior. It's like having this whole toolkit of colors, each one with its own unique benefits.
That's really cool. So how do we actually put this into practice? Do I need to, like, invest in color-changing light bulbs?
You could, but there are simpler ways to start. Start by paying attention to the colors you're drawn to when you're feeling certain ways. Do you want calming blues when you're anxious? Do you reach for like energizing oranges when you're, not feeling motivated?
I definitely notice I want those, like, soft, muted colors when I'm overwhelmed or stressed. Like, just give me all the pale blues, pale greens.
There you go. So next time you're feeling that way, try intentionally surrounding yourself with those colors. Maybe it's, wearing a blue sweater, putting a green plant on your desk, or even just looking at a picture of a calm blue sky.
I like that. Using color as a self-care tool.
Yeah. And as you experiment, you'll probably find your own like color prescriptions for different situations.
This is so interesting. I'm seeing all these possibilities for, boosting my mood, focusing better, creating a more vibrant life.
That's the beauty of color psychology. It's this journey of exploration, and there's always something new to discover.
We've learned so much about color today, from how it affects our emotions to how it can improve our well-being. It's truly fascinating how this often overlooked part of our lives can be so impactful. As we wrap up our deep dive into color psychology, I have one final thought for you all. We talked about using color to change our inner states, but what about the colors we project outward? The colors we wear, the colors we decorate with, even the colors we share through our art and creations. What do those colors say about us? How do they impact the people around us? Something to think about as you continue exploring this incredible world of color.
That's a beautiful thought to leave our listeners with. A reminder that color isn't just something that happens to us. We create it, we share it with the world, and in doing so, we all become part of this vibrant tapestry of color, each thread adding its own unique hue to the human experience.